All right, we have been working on researching, revising, rehearsing our writing the past few weeks. And this is important as writers, that we always need to be looking back and improving our writing, and then also applying those same skills that we learn and develop as we start new writing, whether that's a new chapter or a new piece itself. Today, I'm going to just show you some examples of how I can use the 6th grade checklist to assess my writing. So when you first look at this checklist, the first thing it says is overall. Honestly, this is what you should check off last. You should be going through all this other stuff. And so like usually I start at the top and go through. So I'm going to go actually through some of the stuff at the end, like spelling. I use resources to be sure the words in my writing are spelled correctly, including technical vocabulary. As you watched me develop my writing, which is not complete, I use like online repositories. So I've used technical vocabulary. It's spelled correctly. I've been using spell check. I go through and reread and say, oh, that word's spelled wrong. Remember in the other video, I wrote it's and I had it spelled wrong. I used the wrong it's. I said it and I didn't use it's. I said like it mandible and I needed to use it's. So I changed that. So that's the type of thing you need to be going back and doing. And maybe you use technical vocabulary, you spelled mandible wrong. Whatever. Go back and fix that. That's what you would do for that part of the checklist. Punctuation. I use punctuation such as dashes, parentheses, colons, and semicolons to help me include extra information and explain in some of my sentences. So you need to go back through and think, oh, did I use parentheses? That might be the easiest of these to use. I actually accurately cite my references using appropriate punctuation. In this case, everyone should be starting to, because I'm not asking you to use them in the appropriate citation way, but I'm asking you to try and just copy and paste them. So did I accurately cite my references? Yeah, I put them right here. All right, so I'm going to put for that one, oops, wrong one. I'm going to put for that one that I'm starting to. I'm not at a yes because I didn't use the appropriate citation thing, but we haven't gone over that, so you should just be starting to here. Using parentheses or dashes, so I come back and I'm like, where can I use parentheses in my writing? Sometimes teachers don't have time to make their own videos, or there are other experts who present the topic in a more effective way to students. In these cases, finding resources from an online repository is an ideal solution. Maybe I could do this, like put in parentheses next to this, such as Khan Academy. Oops. So let's put this one wrong. There we go. No, I spelled academy wrong. So I would have to say, okay, that's with one C. There we go. So then you could fix that too. So I've done two things. I've added some parentheses to give an example and further explain something. I have, oh man, I'm not really sure when I should use a colon. So let's see, how can I figure that out? Let's go to this safe search and how to use a colon and search. This website loads very slowly. All right. Colons, punctuation rules right here from grammarbook.com. Great. Now, keep in mind that colon is also like a body part, so it's also like cancer here. I'm going to go to punctuation rules. Maybe you might type in writing, how to use a colon in writing. Grammarbook.com. A colon means to say, this is to say, or here's what I mean. Colons and semicolons should never be used interchangeably, so they're not the same thing. Rule 1, use a colon to introduce a series of items. Do not capitalize the first item after the colon unless it's a proper noun. Oh, wait, so if I'm listing like a series of resources, so maybe down here as I'm furthering my writing, I might, have like a section on online repositories. And this would be a new heading, a new subheading, where I would, at some point on this page, and I would have it, and I would say, there are many online repositories for finding videos. Let me look back at this example again and see, you may be required to bring many things, colon. So there are many online repositories for videos, colon. Or maybe here are some online repositories for videos, colon. I like that sounds. Here's some online repositories for videos, colon. Khan Academy, Learn Zillion, YouTube, then you have SchoolTube. There's another one called TeacherTube. And then I could do some further research and do additional research to add in more information here, but I've used a colon now. So like sometimes on this checklist, there might be stuff that we haven't covered extensively. Now we've done a little bit of a lesson on colons. And that's kind of how you want to do. You might want to just look it up using the safe search, say, and make sure to include in my writing because, colons can also be other things, but most of the stuff isn't. I chose words carefully to explain my information, ideas, and have an effect on my reader. So maybe you want to look up another meaning for something. So I believe there is a link on here to Thesaurus. So you can actually go to Thesaurus right from mrdonnelly.com and go to thesaurus.com, and then you can find synonyms for words and then replace them in your writing. So maybe I don't want to use the word finding resources. Maybe I feel like resources is too overused. So let me see if I can resources and search. Synonyms: revenue, backing, wealth. These don't make sense. Belongings, holding, income, reserves, revenue, means, savings. These don't make sense within when I'm looking, like when I talk about resources, I'll go like things of them. Assets, backing. So these have to do with money, possessions, and natural resources. I don't know that I'm finding something that would work. So I don't know. Resources might have been a bad example. I think that might be the best word here. Maybe finding. I could find something. I'm already thinking locating, finding. Let's see if I can find a synonym here. And again, you want to pick words that you're using a lot. If you use the word finding a lot, you want to do it. So finding, conclusion, data. I was thinking locating, but that's not in here. I guess it's using finding as a noun, not a verb. More words related to finding: analysis, estimation, judgment, breakthrough, boost, finding, choice, decision, projection. I think I might just look up the word find and then boast, bargain, jewel, catch, gem. This is the noun. So I was thinking locating. I could replace it with locating because I thought that up and I'm not finding anything here to say, there's different, again, you want to maybe use that to find other synonyms and things like that. You go through the checklist, you look at these different things, you check you think how you're doing, and you obviously want to get to yes. And then you can obviously also do it. Don't just say, oh, I'm at not yet. Oh, well, no, go back through and find a way to get yourself to checking to yes. Or if you're at not yet, start to. If you're at starting to, get to you're actually there. Try and move yourself up as you read through the parts of the checklist to improve your writing.